tagal ko na gusto mag-college. 10 years na. 10 years mag-college? Ang tagal ko na gusto mag-graduate ng college. 10 years ako nag-antay. Hi guys! Since magpapasokan na for college students, I'd actually want to make a video on the qualifications and the requirements of ETIAP colleges. So, nag-notes ako. So, ETIAP is Expanded Tertiary Education Equivalency and Accreditation Program. So, it's an alternative educational program in the Philippines that allows working professionals but were either unable to finish their college education or were completely unable to step into college for different reasons to earn a bachelor's degree without going through traditional schooling methods. For short, it's a condensed way for you to get a degree, especially if you have work experience. Okay? So, yun yung purpose ng ETIAP. Nung binasa ko yung website nila, it's also to actually cater our kababayans na OFWs. Kasi ETIAP is also usually facilitated online. Alright? So, let's go to the qualifications. Meron siyang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 qualifications. So, first, of course, you have to be a Filipino citizen. Kailangan ikaw ay Pilipino, pinanganak, kineme, kineme. Next is you're 23 years old. At least 23 years old. Next is you're at least a high school graduate or PEPT or ALS accredited results stating that you are qualified to enter your first year in college. So, yung PEPT and ALS, it's a similar program to ETIAP, pero high school naman yun, di ba? So, it's a bridging program, parang ganun. And then, the next requirement would be, you have at least 5 years of employment. So, pwede itong putol-putol, ideally sa isang industry lang, or kung multiple industries, 5 years yon in total, kung iba-iba man. Pero yung single industry, may single industry doon na 5 years yung na-accumulate. So, that's for the qualifications. And the last one is the candidate must be proficient in that industry. Which is the same way of saying na, since syempre 5 years ka na, so at least meron ka naman ng nalaman sa industry na yun. Alright? So, those are for the qualifications. The next thing about ETIAP is the requirements. So, itong mga documents na to. I divided them into 3 categories. One is government. The next one is the things that you get at work. And the last is yung mga school profiles na kailangan mo. So, doon muna tayo sa government. So, for government, you need to prepare 1-by-1 photo, your PSA birth certificate, and then you'd need clearance. So, barangay, NBI, or police clearance. Ako, ang ginawa ko, ang pinakamabilis kasing kunin dyan is yung barangay clearance. Diba? And for students, libre siya. So, hindi ko alam kung bakit libre yung akin. At the time, kasi hindi mo estudyante. Hindi, kasi nag-transfer ako. So, estudyante pala ako at the time. Kaya na-credit yung barangay clearance ko. So, pagod lang ang puhunan. So, yun yung for the government. The next part would be, dun tayo sa mga kailangan mong kunin sa work. So, first thing is, notarize COE on all your employment. So, tandaan nyo, di ba, 5 years yung minimum requirement. Kung, ako kasi, parang 2 lang yung employment ko for those 5 years. So, 2 COE lang yung kailangan ko i-prepare, tapos pinanotaryo ko lang sa notary public dito sa may amin. So, that's something that you could also do. Pero kunyari, kada taon, nagpapagay trabaho, so, ibig sabihin 5 COE yun na kailangan yung ipanotarize. Meron akong mga nababasa na may schools na naghanap ng ibang proof, like mga SSS, ganon, contribution, kasi hindi ata available yung COE. Pero, hopefully, makuha nyo yung mga COE sa work nyo, of course. So that's the first one that you need for work, notarized COEs. Next is comprehensive resume. Pag sabing comprehensive resume, andun yung part nun is you also describe kung ano yung trabaho mo. Kasi syempre, hindi naman nila alam, kunyari sabihin mo doon na software engineer ka, ano ba yung scope, di ba? Although usually naman, yung mga nilalagay natin sa resume are actually descriptive naman na of the job titles that we hold. So, yun yung for the next requirement. So, notarized COE, comprehensive resume. Next, additional documents that you may provide. So, trainings and workshops. Kung, kunyari, ako, nag-Lean Six Sigma ako, sinama ko rin yan sa mga submitted profiles ko. Bakit? Kasi, kunyari, yung program ko is, na binigay sa akin is BSBA, so Business Ad. Meron dong courses, di ko alam kung may courses doon about project management. Parang ganun. So, since Lean Six Sigma and parang may overlap na yung dalawang training, hindi na nila pinatake sa akin yung course na yun. So, yung mga ganong kind ng documents that would help lessen the load for your ETF journey. And next is other documents or evidence of your capability. So, I guess these are awards. Kasi proof of evidence of capability of the knowledge in the field. So, siguro if may awards kayo, kanya BPO, di ba top 2 agent ka, sama mo na rin. Bakit hindi? Pinaghirapan mo naman yun. Di ba? At bakit top 2 lang? Pero yun yung sa work. So, recap lang tayo sa work. Notarized COE of all employments, comprehensive resume, trainings and workshops, and other documents, evidence of your capability. So, for all naman yun. The next part is for your school, which is a bit, ito yung, I recommend na unahin nyo itong kunin kasi matagal siyang i-process. So, kaya rin ako ngayon gumagawa ng vid kasi around August or September ang pasukan. So, this July, gawin nyo na. Okay? Gawin na. Let's start with kung ano yung need mo i-prepare depende sa taas ng tinapos mo so far. Alright? No discrimination here. We're all here to study and learn. Alright? Char. Anyway. So, dalawa yung types ng levels of tawag dito? Levels of educational completion na kinoconsider nila. One is kung high school graduate ka. Number 2 is kung undergrad ka na magsi-second degree, pwede din yun. Or kung katulad kita na undergrad na hindi lang nakapagtapos. So, yun yung options. Doon muna tayo sa una. Kung high school graduate ka, what you need to prepare is your Form 138, ni-request yan sa registrar. Tapos, lahat naman to ni-request sa registrar pala. Sorry. So, one is your Form 138 or report card. Number 2 is your good moral character. Paano pag hindi ka good? Charas! Good moral character. So, kasama rin lang naman yan pag mag-exit ka na sa high school. Next is your diploma, of course, since graduate ka ng high school. Tandaan nyo, minimum requirement ay at least graduate ng high school. Next is Form 137A with remarks of copy for Lyceum of the Philippines, Laguna. Lyceum kasi ako nag-aral ng ETIAP, as you guys know. So, if you're gonna attend different schools, you're gonna have to have it addressed to the school that you'd be attending to. So, yun. Again, recap. For high school graduates, you need Form 138, good moral character, diploma, and Form 137A. All of these are documents that you probably would request principal's office or sa registrar ng high school. Hindi ko alam kung gaano kalaki yung high school nyo. So, yun. Yun yung for high school graduates. Next, dun tayo sa mga undergraduates or college graduates. You'd need to prepare, or I prepared, rather, transfer credentials and or honorable dismissal. So, kailan ka magkaka-honorable dismissal? Honorable dismissal if katulad kita na hindi ka nakapagtapos sa original college mo. So, you're gonna have to process an honorable dismissal para makapag-transfer ka sa school na you'd be attending ETIAP 2. This is if it's a different school. Pero kunyari, Lyceum ka nag-aral, Lyceum ka tumigil, tapos ang Lyceum ay may offer siya ng ATIAP, I don't think you need honorable dismissal. I think transfer na lang. But of course, always consult with the registrar. So that's transfer credentials or honorable dismissal. And number 2, of course, official transcript of records, TOR, with remarks of copy for Lyceum Laguna of the Philippines or your school, 'di ba? Kung ano yung school mo na attendan. And last is, again, good moral certificate. So, paano pag wala? Char! Kasabay naman yan pag mag-e-exit ka na. I recommend na unahin to kasi ang tagal ng, I don't know sa college niya, pero sa college na inattendan ko before, matagal kasi ang process ng honorable dismissal plus ng TOR. So, puntahan nyo na yung mga school nyo, email nyo na kung anong process nila. Now na. Sure. And that's actually it. Talaga ba? Ay, hindi. And last, of course, is yung accomplished ETIAP form na makukuha nyo lang naman sa pag nag-interact na kayo with the college that you would be attending. So, sila naman magpo-provide nun. And if I remember correctly, it was a lengthy sulatan. So, sipagan nyo. Pero, it's just something that you need to fill up. And you need to keep that for your portfolio, if I remember correctly. Gagawin ko pala yung portfolio ko, so update ko din kayo doon. But those are the things that you need para mag-attend ng ETIAP. My ETIAP journey has been, of course, very helpful sa akin kasi ang tagal ko na gusto mag-college. 10 years na. 10 years mag-college? Ang tagal ko na gusto mag-graduate ng college. 10 years ako nag-antay. So, okay, if ever man, nanginang kayo ng loob, okay lang yun. Sige, damdamin nyo, tapos sabihin nyo, mag-enroll na ako. Char! Honest feedback from me, magastos ang ETIAP kasi medyo sa tuition binabawi eh. Pero syempre, ano man naman yan. Edukasyon mo yan. So, for me, it was worth it. And lalo na yung structure ng classes niya with my work. Kasi hindi naman ako tumigil sa pagtatrabaho. Kasi hindi naman tayo pwede tumigil sa pagtatrabaho. Hindi naman lahat ng tao afford yun, right? So, ayun lang. If you have any more questions, do not be afraid to reach out to me. You can just leave a comment below or you can message me kung nahihiya ka. Pero, comment mo na lang. Siguro para makita rin nila yung sagot. Diba? Ayun lang. I hope helpful yun. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!